So in 2004, MK Dons were formed. Now I know what you're thinking. Nobody likes MK Dons. They were formed when Wimbledon, the original crazy gang, went bust. Now, before they went bust, there was talk of potentially a club in Dublin moving into the Premier League, taking over the position of Wimbledon and becoming a Premier League club. Now, I wanted to see how a club from Ireland would do. But I didn't want to just throw them in the Premier League. They don't deserve that. You don't just get a Premier League position. So we kicked out Barrow from League 2 because, well, nobody cares about Barrow. Put in the comments. And we created the Dublin Dons, Football Club Dublin. And we gave them the Irish colours to an extent. They are playing at the National Stadium, 51,700 capacity. The youth stadium and training ground is the DCU Sports Ground in Dublin. Nicknamed Dublin Dons, valued at 12.27 million. Now, they have state-of-the-art training and youth facilities. That is because they were founded in 2004 and it's took till 2022 for them to finally get a place in the English pyramid. But can they develop the talent needed? Can they build a squad? Because they got that phone call that Barrow were getting kicked out and Football Club Dublin were coming in. And they are not ready because they have nobody. They don't have a single player. Now the question is, would you take over this team? Could you keep Football Club Dublin in the English pyramid, in the professional pyramid, when you start with nobody? Now, they do have 4.5 million in the bank again. They've been around a few years. They've had time to put some money in the bank. I mean, I put 500 krona, £50 in my bank every month in my savings account. It looks like they've been doing the same. 4.5 million, 4.5 million. 450k is the profit for this season. 500, you can't even see it. I'm blocking it. £500,000 transfer budget and 57,000 a week wage budget available. They have the money. They have the money to sign people. They have the spaces available to add people to the team. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a challenge. I wouldn't mind giving a go myself. But we don't have a badge and we don't have kits. Do you want to create the badge and kits? Comment below if you do. Hit me up on Twitter. Link is in the description. And we are more than happy to add your kits and logo to a file download in the description going forward. So make sure you do check the pinned comment as well. If I will keep you up to date how it's going. But in the description is a link to the download if you want to take over Football Club Dublin. And they will produce Irish youth. You do have a chance to reinvent Irish football. Take the national team to the top without the league actually doing anything because you're based in England. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, really, does it? But let's see how they did when the AI was in control. Let's jump forward one season. Okay, so we've jumped forward one season. Man City have won the Premier League. Championship was won by West Brom. That's a bit of a shock. League 1 was won by Plymouth. And League 2 was won by Stevenage. And this didn't. I'm going to have to flip it. And FC Dublin got relegated. 41 points. Won 10, drew 11, lost 25. They do have 6.5 million in the bank now. So they've been bringing in the coin. Problem is they got relegated. Let's have a look at the team they built, shall we? Which helped them get relegated. So Lewis Ward, they brought in as the goalkeeper this season. He's actually a decent goalkeeper, 26 years old, came from Sutton. And then they're playing 3 centre-backs. So they've got this guy, Desai. They've got Hawkins. And then Jacobson. I mean, he is insanely good, by the way. Like, coming from Wickham, he is a top talent. So, they have Callum Hume, very talented. You have an 18-year-old here who came from Tottenham, played all season for them. He looks insane for the age. Then you have Greg Taylor, defensive mid, and then Drowse at left wing back. Bit of a letdown. Rob Hall in attacking mid, again not a bad player. And then Proctor up top, 31 years old now, came from Port Vale, 5 goals. And Cisse Hall, who picked up 8 on loan from Hull. Bermuda international, by the way. Top goal scorer in season 1 was Cisse Hall. And then Rob Hall second, Proctor third. Top assists was Rob Hall in that attacking mid. So he did well. I mean, he didn't. He got relegated. The most money they spent was on George Marsh from AFC Wimbledon, who is a very talented player. Is now wanting to leave, but it's not the first season I hope for. Let's see. Who did they bring through the intake? A Gibraltar player, can we mention? Let's go through players who stand out. So you got 15 teamwork, 13 work rate, 16 determination, defensive mid, 15 years old. I shouldn't have clicked on him, he was dreadful. You've got Thomas Bellew, no relation to Tony. I mean, I can't promise that, but I doubt it. The Gibraltar... I think we should just accept that the first season's intake... I'm trying to think of a nice word. But I think we'll just go with trash. The first season's intake was trash. Let's look. I've made a few. So let's just jump to the end of season 6. I mean, it wasn't the best, Paul, was it? It wasn't the best. Okay, let's see where they are. So they got relegated. So they were in the National League. They are not in the National League now. Let's go League 2. League 2. They are not in League 2. Please tell me they've not gone down. Oh, there they are. League 1. They finished 12th. So first season they got relegated. And they then won promotion through the playoffs after coming 6th. Then 13th, 9th. And they just won promotion to League 1. So they are on the rise. The facilities have dropped. They are now only superb, but they do have better coaching now. They are losing money. They've only got 2.27 million in the bank now. The hot prospect is an Irish player, McKenna. Let's check. Okay, much better. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. The manager Neil Critchley has been there for 196 games now. Since 2024. So I'm just curious their manager's history. So they had Alan Nielsen. He got sacked. Then brought in caretaker manager. Brought in Barry Nicholson. He was there for 1 year, just under 2 years. He got sacked. Neil Critchley's been in since. So fair play to him. Been around for 4 years now. Let's go to transfers, shall we? Let's see. Have they been spending the cash? Second season, they spent $500,000. Okay. John Mellish was the high spender. Good player, to be fair. He's not Blackpool, but good player. The season after that, the biggest spend was 350k. Jacob Wakelin. Good striker, looks decent. Played 89 times, scored 24 goals. So he's not done too bad. The next season, the big spend was 475k on Joe Rafferty, who is now a assistant manager. Okay then, let's can we just check his career history, please? So he was a something, and he played poorly. He was a something who played poorly. They paid $500,000, and he didn't even play 50 games. Oh dear. The next one, Charlie Whittaker from Everton for $500,000. I mean, fair play. I'm actually seeing good quality there. So that's not a bad one. And then the season just finished now. The biggest spend was 400k again, Jordan Story. And again, he looks really, really solid. So you go hold your hands up and say good work there. Just finished his first season in League 1. So I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Do we have any players who have gone off to an under-18 sides or Premier League top sides at all? There's some sales going back to Ireland, which is nice. Got a player there, went to Salford for $500,000. He is Irish as well. Came through the academy. He's now playing in League One for Salford, but okay. That's nice to see, because that shows they are developing very good talent. So they sold an academy player for $500,000, but that was to Salford. Serge Aurier, who is that? Portuguese team, okay. Looking through the list, again, no big clubs. Again, more clubs in Ireland, though, which is great to see. Morecambe, Auckland City. So, no Premier League clubs have picked up any of the youngsters, but there's Irish clubs popping up at every season. So they are selling players or loaning players to Ireland. So that's nice to see. Let's check. The highest value player in the academy at the minute is Trevor Doran, who is fairly trash. The next one is a Norwegian. Norwegian came through the academy. He's alright. Technically, lots of 9s and 8s, so could develop. You've got Matthew O'Connor, 16 years old. I mean, the talent is definitely better than when we first looked. We can say that. We can definitely say that. But nobody massively great standout. The under-21s are now in a league as well. In first season, they are not. So I'm just curious who the highest value players in this are. Again, nobody massively standing out as a top player. Do they have anybody in the first team who came through the academy who is massively standing out? You've got this guy here, Tommy Nolan. Looks okay. You've got this guy. This guy looks very talented. He looks very talented. 53 appearances. Attacking mid. Looks decent. I mean, I like the fact that they're bringing through like Shea Murphy. Looks quality. They're bringing through a lot of talent. All come through the academy. All players they can develop. Players they can use. Players they can move on. Players they can keep if they want to. It's just great to see. It's great to see. And I think it could work. I think they could keep moving up and they could keep doing a decent job. Is this the type of challenge that would interest you? Football Club Dublin. Would you like to grab hold of them in League 2, build a team, and see if you can take them up for a fun save in Football Manager? Please comment below if it is something you want to try. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Have you subscribed? If you haven't, do it. I've been Paul, also known as the Northman, and I'll see you next time.